Yeah. So true. And so really, I think one of the things that you talk about is learning to quiet the mind.
Mhm.
And I think to me that would be a step to being able to manage stress. So talk to
Mhm.
us about learning to quiet the mind.
I love your question, Vicky. Let's look at that. One of the biggest challenges that everyone, I think, in this day and age is doing nothing. I think I know I even made a post for Instagram once. The biggest challenge in life is doing nothing. And why? Because we are so conditioned to
Mhm.
always be doing something. Because we have built this equation in our mind that productivity means that I produce, that I do things, that my to-do list is in a certain way. We've built all of this conditioning because of the society, because of maybe our upbringing, whatever the case is. Um, if we are adults that are listening to this podcast and this recording, maybe it's time for us to check in with ourselves and say, okay, I have been conditioned in this way, but is this really benefiting me or is this
Yeah.
hurting me? That's really, that question mark is a big question mark. And we will not be able to ask that question mark if you're not willing to at least stop and ask that question. Because if you're
Mhm.
running, we don't have time for asking questions. We're just running, and like we don't want to fall off that treadmill. I think anybody
Mhm.
could have experienced that. That if you stop on the treadmill while the treadmill is running, you fall. It's not pretty.
Mm-mm.
So this is the same thing. First, pushing the button on the treadmill to stop. Now, going to the quieting the mind is the next step. After we push that stop button, there is a moment that we are like, this is so scary. What am I? Who am I if I am not doing all these things that I'm doing? And then the mind gets very flooded at that moment. And most people do not go beyond this point because it's so scary that they go back to the old pattern.